Well, hello friends, Scott from Platte River Keto. If you're new to my channel, welcome. On my channel, you get to come along for the ride on my keto journey. I check in with you once a week to update you on my keto progress, and I try to check in with you one other time during the week, usually to share something that I've discovered about the ketogenic lifestyle, but occasionally to share a little something that I've discovered about this journey that we call life. Today is not technically a check-in day, it is Friday, but as you can tell, I am not in my normal studio. We are driving from Nebraska to Utah, and I figured that with 10 hours, nothing better to do, I would take the opportunity to update you guys on my progress today, because tomorrow I have the opportunity to go to an amusement park in Utah called Lagoon, and gonna get up first thing, kind of do that tomorrow and be gone all day, so I don't think I'd really have a chance to update you. So here we go, an update. I have to tell you guys before I update you on any of my goals that I am cautiously optimistic about going to an amusement park. I have definitely not been to an amusement park since I started my health journey, and as any of you who have been any significant size know, that can be a bit of a dicey thing, because you can't actually fit on some of the rides. Often you can't fit on many of the rides, and so I am cautiously optimistic. There's a part of me, I think, that still sees myself with whatever the opposite of rose-colored glasses is, seeing myself as maybe bigger than I actually am. As you know, I still have a ways to go. I still have about 100 pounds I'd like to lose, and so sometimes, while I see a lot of my progress, sometimes I don't see my progress, and I feel as though I might never make the kind of progress that I would like to make, and get down on myself, let that inner critic kind of get going. And so I have a little bit of anxiety about going to the amusement park tomorrow, but hopefully it'll be fun. And I will probably take the opportunity to update you guys a couple times during this week while I am actually working remotely, but we're taking a bit of a vacation and visiting Utah. So to update you guys on my goals, first goal was to do my DDPY workout every day. I did that every day this week, as I have been doing. I think it's been about a month now. I don't think I've missed a day, and that's been going really well. I have had my much better half, who is playing cameraman as we speak, join me most days this week. As a matter of fact, I don't think she missed a day this week. You can chime in there, Liz. Did you miss a day this week?
No.
See, she was awesome. So that's been going really well. About finished with the beginner program again, which is nice. And I think I'm probably going to move on to the intermediate program. But yeah, the yoga's been going really good. Next goal, like I said, that I added in recently was to continue to do my weight training program. It's a 30-day program. I finished day 13 yesterday. Today is day 14, and once I finish with my wonderfully long drive today, after we get settled in, I'm going to do day 14, so I can keep going on my weight training program. But that's been going really good, and I've been doing that every day. Next goal was to do OMAD, and I've done OMAD. I'm doing that, which is 1 meal a day, for those of you who don't know. I've been doing that every day, and today might be interesting because we were traveling today. We actually just stopped for lunch, and it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my time. We're going from Central Time into Mountain Time, but my body thought it was about 3 o'clock, which is a little bit earlier than I usually eat dinner, because when I do OMAD, I tend to eat, obviously I work during the day, so I tend to eat my evening meal, and that's my 1 meal a day. I decided today, because it was kind of going to be in between, I was either going to be fasting for 28 hours by the time we get to where we're going today, or I was going to cut it a little bit short. So I did eat my lunch today, and we will see if I'm feeling like dinner when we get to Utah. If I am, I might end up having 2 meals today. But overall, I have been doing that every single day. It's been an interesting month-long experiment that I've, for the most part, really enjoyed. But I'm not concerned if I don't do that every day this week. The schedule's going to be a little bit different this week. Obviously, I'm going to be in an amusement park all day tomorrow, and so I know the rest of my family's going to want to have lunch. Not sure if I'm going to eat with them or not. I certainly have the ability to not eat for 24 hours, but I'm going to give myself some grace this week because our schedule's going to be a little bit different. A couple of days this week, my wife has planned lunches with her friends, and so I'm probably going to participate in those. Again, that's not when I would normally eat, so I may or may not eat dinner after I have lunch the couple of days that we're going to have lunch this week. So that's how that goal's going. Again, it's been going really well. I actually really enjoy OMAD, and I know that one thing it's really done for me is that I am not snacking. Obviously, when you're only eating in an hour window, I eat my meal and I might have a piece of a keto brick or a protein ball or whatever, but it's all part of my meal. And since you don't eat the other 23 hours of the day, it's really easy to not snack. So that's been going really well. I am continuing to not weigh myself, as I mentioned to you guys I was going to do for a month. I still have no idea where the scale is. Great job, Liz, hiding the scale. And I am headed to Utah. Obviously, my father-in-law has a scale, but I'm not going to go find it. And I'm going to stay off that scale for another, it'll be, I think, is it 2 more weeks? I guess.
3.
Well, we go on vacation in 3, right?
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to weigh right before we leave on vacation. So a couple more weeks before I check in on my relationship with Earth's gravity. That's been really good, guys. I know I mentioned it in my video last week, but it's been really good for me to not be focused on that and instead to focus on my processes. That's been very healthy for me. I definitely hope that my relationship with Earth's gravity will have improved over these 4 weeks, but regardless, I've been doing what I want to be doing as far as what I've been eating and also my activity. So overall, feeling really good about all those things. The last thing was to get my Bible study in, and I've been doing that every day with my family, and that's been really good. So goals have been great this week. The thing that I wanted to talk about, there are a couple things that I wanted to talk about. We'll see how long I'm going to make this video. I guess we'll see how long Liz's arm is going to hold up, holding the camera for me. But the first thing that I thought about is just kind of a random health thought, guys, but I might be the only one, and you guys can chime in the comments and let me know. But so many times people say to me, oh, that pie is just so rich, or that meal is just so rich, that sauce is so rich, I just don't know how I would possibly be able to finish the serving. I've even heard people say that about keto chow or keto chow ice cream. It's just so rich, I can't even finish a whole serving. Well, guess what, guys? I have never met anything that was too rich for me. And I hope that I'm not the only person out there that is that way. And if you think that you're the only person out there that's that way, you need to hear it from somebody else who is going to tell you that nothing is too rich for me. Back in my days when I was eating all the carbs, I could eat a whole pie, a whole peanut butter, double decadent, whatever you want to call it. It was no problem for me, and it was definitely not too rich. Now, even though I've been eating keto for almost 2 years, things are still not too rich for me. I have absolutely no problem finishing a serving of keto chow ice cream, a keto chow. We've made some really delicious and decadent keto desserts, and I've had no problem finishing those. So that's just something I wanted to share. I'm sure for most of you that probably doesn't apply, and that things are too decadent for you or too rich, whatever you want to call it, and maybe you can only finish a half of a piece of pie that's really rich. But I've never experienced that, and maybe I am the only one. I don't know if I'm the only one, but that's something I wanted to share with you guys. Hopefully I'm not the only one. Chime in the comments. Let me know if you too are a person for whom things are not too rich ever, because they're not for me. The other thing that I wanted to share with you guys today is actually I've been listening to a book by Jordan Peterson. It's called 12 Rules for Life. And one of the things that he talked about had to do with like comparing ourselves to others, and I thought about that quite a bit as I have been on my keto journey. And I know I've talked about it before, but we were actually talking in our Sunday lesson at church about something similar, how we often compare ourselves to those around us, and we know ourselves perfectly. We know all of our faults, all the things that we do that we wish we hadn't done, and we only see a little tiny bit of other people. And so we compare ourselves at our worst to those around us at their best. And what's interesting is we also do the opposite. We will also take a look at our wonderful, great accomplishments and kind of look down upon others sometimes as well. And while that applies to pretty much everything in life, I definitely think it applies to our keto journey. And for those of you who like to do what I like to do, which is in addition to having this little channel where I share my journey with you, I really enjoy others' channels and watching their journeys. But I find that way too often, and I fight against it, I actively fight against it, but way too often I find myself comparing myself to other people on their own keto journeys. And unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever you want to say, I think that goes both directions. I will look at somebody like, I'm trying to remember the guy's name, but he has done so awesome, and in a year, he has lost 220 pounds. I'm almost at 2 years in my keto journey, and while I don't know exactly my current relationship with Earth's gravity, I've lost somewhere in the neighborhood of 165 pounds. And so it's easy to look at that guy, and he lost 220 pounds in a year, and be so disappointed in myself because I didn't lose 220 pounds in a year, and I haven't yet lost 220 pounds, and it's been almost 2 years, and I still have 100 pounds to lose. And so it could be really easy for me to be like disappointed in myself because of that particular person's keto journey. I've also looked at other people on their keto journey, and I go, well, they've only lost 80 pounds, and I've lost 165 pounds, and so look how much better I'm doing than that other person. It's just so easy for us as human beings, and this is the Jordan Peterson clinical psychologist side. There's something innate in us, I think, that wants to compare ourselves to those around us, and I really think that can be damaging and really negative for us, to say nothing of the fact that we're, whether we're saying it out loud or not, being unkind to those around us. Our journey is individual, and the only person that we should be comparing ourselves to today is the person that we were yesterday. As I said, that's much easier said than done, but that is something I would like to leave you with, to think about, because I know that it's a constant struggle for me, and it's something that I have to actively fight against, because it is so easy to look at somebody else's journey and think to yourself, either I'm doing super fantastic compared to that person, or I'm doing just terribly compared to that person. And I don't think either one of those things is helpful for us, is beneficial to us on our own personal journeys in any way. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Like I said, hopefully I'll have the opportunity to check in with you a few more times, and definitely check in with you and tell you about my experience at the amusement park. I am cautiously optimistic that it will be good, and I'm trying to think happy thoughts about the experience. Although my anxiety is sitting over here on my one shoulder, trying to talk to me as well. So anyway, keep calm and keto on, guys, and we'll talk to you again soon.
And we're going to meet the children.
Oh, we're meeting
There's
the
an
children.
Emily, and there's a Brandon.
Can I have some water?
So now you've officially met the whole Flat River Keto clan. There you go.
Bye!